There was a difference in tonight's game between, obviously you guys and the Knicks.
Well, they did what they were supposed to do, protecting home court, and we were never. Their defense never really let us establish, consistently how we need to play to beat them. And we have to be more committed to it's really like imposing your will on the offensive end, that really moving and passing, and you can feel possessions where that occurs, and that's when we have, when we're efficient or have success. I know, shooting, we had some shots that didn't go in. That's always in play. But, for us, I think we need to, execute on who we are and what we've done to be a good team. And as I said, that's hard when you play against a team of their caliber. But that level for us, we didn't hit it. And again, they had a lot to do with that. But that can't be where it stops. We've got to be more committed to that and to playing the way that we know we need to play to be successful. And we get a chance to go home and do that.
Obviously, CJ came down to earth a little bit today. Just how much were you looking for maybe some other guys to kind of step up?
Yeah, I think for us that we can get kind of caught up in individual performances. You always need those. But we need to look at kind of our collective, look at it collectively. And, everybody needs to make plays for each other. That's how, when we're playing well, that's what it looks like. So, CJ's a competitor, but it's us, and our guys have embraced that throughout the course of the year. And when you play a really good team, they have an impact on your ability to do that. It just, whether last game it was us turning the ball over, tonight our ability to space and make an extra pass, and those things that generate better shots.
I know your offense impacts your defense too, but especially in the first half, I think they had 40 points in the paint at halftime. Was there something that you were seeing that how they were able to get inside with regularity? Well,
the last game they played through Towns early. Their size and athleticism, when they get the ball in there, it's difficult defensively to have an impact. So really, we just need to build a better perimeter, if that makes sense. On, whether it's double teaming a certain situation, where there's a mismatch or a size mismatch. But the physicality that we have to play with defensively, really as much as anything, on the glass. And it just, we got to dig and scratch and claw and, be better.
You kind of referenced it too, but second straight game where you haven't been able to run much at all, back 3 points, way down. I know that's a lot of them getting back, but how do you kind of account for that moving forward? Yeah,
I think there's running, meaning getting the ball down the court, but that isn't going to always generate, an easy shot. It's the first part of the possession that you have to continue to play after that, because you're not going to get, a huge advantage all the time that generates a shot. You've just got to continue to work and play side to side and make them move. But that starts with running. Obviously harder on made baskets, but that's something we've been committed to the whole season, and we've done in this series. All those opportunities, we have to take advantage of them. As I said, when we get in the half court, the ball can't stop, and that's the formula for us, and it has been the whole year. So we need to dig in and commit to execution in those areas.
Quinn, you started the game with Dyson on Town tonight. Can you just talk through kind of the
Yeah,
there and
we've cross-matched at various times, throughout the series. We did it in Game 2 some. We've done it with JK and Dyson, where we don't, there's an opportunity if Towns and Brunson are playing pick and roll to switch. But it's also, it's what I've said about those two guys and what you're giving up. If you have a smaller guy on Cat on the post, you put yourself in a help situation. They demand that you try to guard them in a variety of ways. Is really what it comes down to. So no different than guarding, Brunson's pick and roll. You're not going to have one specific coverage. So it's how we started the game. It's how we started Game 2 as well. We'll keep grinding and looking for ways to impact them. That's really what it comes down to. Whether we're trapping or hedging or in a drop coverage, there's different looks that I think you have to throw at them. And in this case, you tip your hat at certain times to a guy who's able to, to attack multiple coverages, and you keep at it and just keep at it.
For you, what's sort of the, I know things change fast through the series, but when it's two straight, pretty one-sided games,
Yeah.
what's the challenge to sort of tell the guys we can still be better than this team?
Well, yeah, I think we've got to take what we need from this game. I think there's a lot there, as I've kind of tried to articulate. And you have an opportunity, and to refocus and be better and look at the things we need to do better. There's no time to, you need to take what you can from this game, but, quickly flip a competitive switch so that you're ready to get after it at home. And as I said, they took care of business, and we have an opportunity to get a win at home and push the series to 7 games.
Wanting a measure physicality and playing with a more of an attack mindset, how did you feel that played out?
I'm sorry?
You spoke before the game, and other players...
Yeah, not as well as it needs to. I think we're playing a very physical team, and it's a constant that, we have to be that committed and focused and that competitive, to move the needle on that. That's simple. And there's things that we need to do offensively to make it easy on ourselves as well. And it's both sides of the ball. As I said, against a very good team. But again, we've got an opportunity to go home and play again. We just need to be better. There's no illusions about that. That's the challenge.
Michael, you mentioned about defending home court. When the team goes to Atlanta back to home court, what's the mindset you hope you guys want to have, and what's the key element you want to achieve to extend the series as much as possible?
Well, a lot of the things that I've been expressing. I think in the end, there's an identity that our team has had these last couple of months since we've been together, and we need to tap into that even more. And again, this is, the stakes are high. This is your season on the line, and that, and we have to find that level for ourselves, in the way that we play, and obviously, that involves both defending and attacking New York, but we have to do it. We have to play to our strengths, so to speak. And that's the challenge, but it's also the opportunity.